matchup between the Oakland Raiders.
Bowl 50 back in February of 2016. There's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no line. First down. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Carr going to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr, it's complete to Snead.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Play action. It's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They go play action with Trubisky. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about it. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Snead's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. On 2nd and 12, Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
They go play action here on 1st down. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 27. Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Robert Foster, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points. Willie Snead all alone. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Willie Snead, 77 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually, man, that thing's...
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That one goes for 24 yards. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They go play action. Trubisky. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now Trubisky to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver. And it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. 4th down. Here's Trubisky. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. He's got a first down past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the ground, this is Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll throw with Carr. Able to find Shaheen here. Powering his way forward. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Adam Shaheen, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I-formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. This is Miller, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Got an open man, it's Foster. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Play action. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Trubisky to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now it's Trubisky. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Carr now to throw. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Oh, he's got some... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Good stuff. Keep doing it.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now it's Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Carr over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down is Carr. Out left to Shaheen. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 2nd down, Williams. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator, but my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So we have come to halftime, and what we now proceed to the start of the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, orbit.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Trubisky letting one go deep for the end zone. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Austin. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. They go play action with Trubisky. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to block. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards that time.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And that is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, these cornerbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. It's complete. It's Miller. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy. 4 yards. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm going to hit you hard.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Great start to the 2nd quarter, better than 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for 4. It's second down. To throw again on second down. Trubisky. He completes it to Jones. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Julio Jones. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Anthony Miller. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability. Extra point by Moore, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This will be taken in at the 1. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Trubisky on first down. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Corey Coleman. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gould able to tack on the extra point.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. There's Anthony Miller as they trot back out to go on offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr, they'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Oh, and now some space to operate.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get him.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Lorenzo Carter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Carr. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
That right now
That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now Austin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
15 yards on the play, first down.
46,
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Corey Coleman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Raiders on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
let's go, boys, bring it up.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, and it's 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. Play action. Now Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brad McDougal. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. This pass into the arms of Snead. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Snead's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Carr now to throw. The open man here, Renfro. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39.